It's that time again. I don't know what that time is, but it's time for News of the Squared.
Woohoo!
And with me are Mike Boyle.
Hey!
And Ivan Rivera.
Hooey.
Ha hooey. Got it. Okay. Oh, and let's see. So it's news you could use, news you can't, and everything in between. Again, more coronavirus.
Yeah,
edition.
majority of these articles are going to be related
So,
to the current situation we're all living in right now.
So, Ivan, I know you're more of a Zoom guy. You're more of a Twitch guy.
Yeah.
But so I don't know if this will work for you, if you could get this for Twitch. But maybe you could figure out a way, if you went to Zoom, that apparently you can invite a llama or a goat to your next corporate Zoom meeting
Okay.
for under $100.
That's not bad.
Okay, and why would I be inviting a llama or go to my next Twitch session?
Why not?
Am I going to be like, who was it? Arnold Schwarzenegger with his with his animals in his kitchen? Is that what we're doing
I
here?
don't know. So a animal sanctuary in Silicon Valley called Sweet Farms is letting people pay to get llamas and goats and other farm animals to tune into their video calls for under $100. Since launching the service called GoToMeeting, God, that's horrible. Last month, Sweet Farm has fielded more than 300 requests for animal cameos and virtual field trips and work happy hours at corporate meetings. Sweet Farm co-founder Anna Sweet told Business Insider that the money made from GoToMeeting will help.
I see what they did there.
Yeah, that's really bad.
Yeah,
GoToMeeting will help the farm recover some of its revenue it lost during the coronavirus. Sweet Farms. You could have a goat. You could have a llama. GoToMeeting. Should we go to GoToMeeting?
We should.
We should. All right. Give me a second here.
Doesn't sound too bad.
That was horrible.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
By the way, we have this article on the Squares of the Roundtable Facebook page. Apparently, people can pay anywhere from $65 to $250 for various interactions with animals, including goats, sheep, pigs, cows, turkeys, and llamas. Llamas are the far most popular choice. For $65, you get 20 minutes of a virtual tour of the farm for up to 6 call participants. To book a larger meeting, you need to pay $100 for a 10-minute animal cameo and $250 for a 25-minute virtual tour, or $250 for a 25-minute virtual tour.
Wow.
I'm hearing, is that what animal noises over there? Is that you, Ivan?
They're offering free virtual field trips to schools and nonprofits.
That's good.
There you go.
It is funny. There is a picture of the whole Brady Bunch looking thing from Zoom, where you have that look, and there's the llama. So kind of funny.
Oh wow.
I think that's half the reason is that people would think it's funny. Let's see, GoToMeeting. We're gonna go check out GoToMeeting for a second. Sign up for GoToMeeting. Haha.
GoToMeeting.
Meeting program. Blah blah blah. Need a fresh face to lighten things up. What are you on the call? 20 minutes, 10-minute corporate meeting cameo. It's $100. 25-minute VIP meeting tour. $750 donation for unlimited guests.
Wow.
Due to incredible demand, we've opened up. You know what? Drop in the bucket for some corporations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that kind of money to spend to have a martini with a llama.
Nothing to some of these places.
Casual Fridays, yeah.
There we go. I want to have a meeting with my girlfriend and a llama. Yeah. It's happy hour, folks. We're gonna meet up with gonna go to.
Got a special guest on the group meeting today, people.
Yeah, Mr. Llama.
I just want to see what options there are, because it doesn't. Hold on. Okay, animals. Here, go to meeting.
Yeah, we talked about the animals.
Right, but I wanted to see if they had any other types.
You could video chat with the animals.
Learn their languages.
Here, schedule goat to meeting. We can schedule. Let's see how this works. Corporate cameo. I just want to see what you get. I want to see what one looks like. I mean, I'm not buying any of this without seeing what the llama looks like. It could be some shitty-ass looking llama. It may not even be any interesting.
It might be a guy in a llama suit for you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. All right, that's good. That's enough. So you could have a llama. You could have a llama when you do Twitch. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah. Hey, can I get a llama in pajamas if I get it on Twitch, if I pay the money for it?
I don't know.
I would like a llama in pajamas. That would be so cool. Llama in pajamas. I would have pajama parties. That would be great with music.
Pajama llama.
Pajama llama. That sounds like a club name.
Yeah, really.
Pajama llama. Or it sounds like a drink. Can I get a pajama llama, please?
Yes.
Yes. I can see
on
it
the
now.
rocks. Shaken, not stirred.
Thank you. I don't want a shaken llama. I want a stirred llama. In pajamas. Pajama llama.
Okay.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
All right, wait, what else we got?
Can you dig this? Now, Henry Cavill is spending his time in quarantine painting Warhammer miniatures.
Warhammer miniatures.
That is awesome.
This is the guy who plays Superman.
Yes.
Ah.
And his mustache was in that Mission Impossible movie. Fans on Reddit want him cast as the Emperor of Mankind in a new and entirely hypothetical HBO series, but that's not going to come. Henry Cavill always struck me as a very stiff... This is from PCGamer.com, so it's a little more editorial. As a stiff, kind of proper sort of fellow, the kind of guy who would scold Jason Momoa for startling him while he was in the middle of a live interview. Yes, that's from that meme. Now, Cavill's nerdy hobbies paint a different picture, however. His casting as Geralt in Netflix's The Witcher proved to be an inspired stroke, because in reality, he's a big Witcher fan, and so he really threw himself into the role. He's also played Total War Warhammer 2 6 times as 6 different races. In a weekend Instagram post, Cavill revealed that his Warhammer fandom actually runs a lot deeper than just the video games. One of my almost lifelong hobbies that I've been following but not actively doing is this. A company called Games Workshop, or Plastic Crack as we call it. And I know it very well. I've... the Space Hulk game, I've painted many miniatures for, and that's like a game based on the movie Aliens that's kind of set in the Warhammer universe. But anyway, he wrote in a post showcasing his Adeptus Custodes helmet he was painting. Genuinely, he can't get enough of the lore that they've built over the decades. They have been some of my most enthused reads. If you were in denial about me being a geek before, you can't hide it from now. Games Workshop is the company behind the Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 brands, which cover a massive array of tabletop games, RPGs, novels, and, of course, video games. Now, things sure have changed since the original lukewarm reaction to the news that Cavill had been cast as Geralt. The revelation that he's a Games Workshop fan has led to calls for him to be cast as Emperor of Mankind in a big-budget HBO series. Especially since, as Redditor Idols to Effigies pointed out, he's walked among us, hidden for years. He creates Custodes, and he's a Superman.
Well, all right. Well, all right. All right,
that's
good
cool.
On him, man. Good
yes,
on him.
I guess like, he was a chubby kid growing up, and so he got picked on a lot, so he was kind of nerdy as a young'un. And then he, obviously, as he got into acting. And what was that series he was on before he got cast as Superman? Was that Troy or something like that? It was like
sure.
No, it was the Tudors. Was he on the Tudors?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
Could be.
So that's where he got into shape, and that's when he really got it, obviously, when he was cast as Man of Steel. So that is awesome, man. A celebrity is a total nerd. He's one of us. One of us.
and he locks them up secretly for years.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
It's really, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right, so this is coming from the land down under Australia. A supermarket boss by the name of John Paul Drake, an executive with the South Australian supermarket chain Drake's, said he refused to give a man a refund when he brought back to return 5,000 rolls of toilet paper on 150 bottles of hand sanitizer, which he couldn't sell online. The video, which is on our Squares page and uploaded to YouTube, Mr. Drake said the recent panic buying of toilet paper has been absolutely ridiculous, and with the company selling 8 months' worth in 4 days at one point. But the customer behavior was worse, so he gave him the finger.
Awesome. I wish I could do this.
Mr. Drake said the man had come back into the store to get his money after website eBay refused to allow him to sell the items online. In the video, Drake then showed his middle finger and said that was his reply to the customer's request. I told him that is the sort of person who is causing the problem in the whole country.
That's right.
There you go. Thank you.
In a later LinkedIn post, Mr. Drake said that the customer had bought the loo roll and the loo. You gotta love these Australians.
Loo roll.
Loo roll. Sounds like Lou Rawls. I did not write myself a Lou Rawls.
Find another toilet paper like mine.
But he claimed that he had run a sophisticated operation that saw up to 20 people visit several Drake stores and buy a pack at each one. But the long and short of it is basically this guy gave him the finger trying to take this stuff back.
Yes, this man is a hero.
Yeah, he kind of is.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
All you people buying up all the toilet paper.
Paper and you fuck you all.
Because we had to respond to that. We couldn't just wait a minute. These douchebags bought up all the toilet paper. Now we're going to have to go and buy it too and not try and look like idiots.
Well, in fairness, if they're douchebags, don't they need toilet paper?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, my store played it smart, man. I walked in there. I was going to try to get 6 rolls of toilet paper. She gave me a me mug and said, to a person, 2.
Yeah, limit 2, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I can dig it. And I complied. And I complied and I didn't bitch. Because thank you. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But good on him, man. I mean, give him that guy the finger. Right. I'm all good on that. Good on him. All right? Yeah.
Engaging in public relations, giving him the finger.
What?
The bird.
Did you do it reverted?
You know what? Fuck HR. You know what? Here we go. This is what I think your fucking idea.
Okay. All right, what we got next, Mike?
All right. What day is it? You're not the only one asking.
I think it's Monday, right? We're recording on Monday?
We are recording on 420, so light them if you got them.
I wish.
a little over a week ago, a local news anchor in Cleveland got a call from his producer about an unusual problem created by the coronavirus pandemic. Nobody could remember what day it was. What could a local newscast do? Create a morning show segment, of course, with a dash of 70s-style game show music playing What Day Is It? The segment quickly took off on social media, and Mr. Meany, that's Jeff Meany, the newscaster, started receiving grateful messages from people in regions and countries very far from his station. Fox 8 in northeastern Ohio, but just like Clevelanders, his new fans were staying inside, working from kitchens and taking virtual classes. Stripped of life's usual rhythm by the pandemic, they had lost track of the time too. In this free-form, kind of weird world that we're in right now, everybody's internal clock is thrown. Mr. Meany said in an interview. There's just no reference point anymore. Nobody has a calendar in their house. Everybody's just on their phone. Among the stranger consequences of the coronavirus pandemic is how, by unmooring the daily lives of tens of millions of people, it has made time itself feel distorted. True that. Psychologists say that the sensation is a result of losing social anchors, chronic stress and anxiety, and drastic changes to normal routines. So searches for what day is it have spiked online. For some experts, like those at the University of California, are compiling resources to help people cope, and some psychologists have compared the coronavirus effects to the aftermath of a natural disaster. Except the disaster is moving in slow motion, taking place everywhere, and no end is in sight. So, he plays a game on his TV morning newscast.
Boy, talk about great thought. Great thought. You know?
What day is it? Yeah,
what day is it? Yep, I'll take it.
Hello, America. It's time to play. What day is it? So that's cool, man.
All right.
This leads us right to a typical Jeff Stein story.
Jeff Stein.
We talked about Joe Buck and how he's willing to commentate everything because he's working on his skills.
Yes.
Well, Joe Buck got a $1 million offer to commentate adult videos, and he turned it down.
Okay. Okay, why?
I guess he has some kind of moral standard or something.
So, he's been calling everything from home videos to dogs to races around the backyard.
Yeah, people sending videos to him.
People sending videos. So there's a news release from an adult site called I'm Live, which announced an offer to Buck for $1 million to commentate 25 live cam shows per week for a total of 6 weeks, which seems like a low offer and a lot of work for someone who's one of the most famous voices in sports. But yet, it sounds like just the kind of thing that Brockmeyer tells me that Joe Buck is evil, so I believe him.
Okay.
Buck turns out was flattered by the offer, but opted to turn it down in a couple of tweets.
Okay. Yep.
So
okay.
Yes, apparently, so a quote from Buck: "Depending on the site, that they could just be handing some of my money back to me, so I'll hold out for a better offer and try to hold on to my day job. But I have to say, I'm flattered." So at some point, when all of this social distancing and all these closings end, apparently, I don't know if Ivan's seen this or not. Have you seen Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back?
Yes, I have.
You have, okay, and I know Mike has.
Yeah.
So apparently,
I have Clerks 2 on DVD somewhere in the house.
Do you? Okay. And I know that, by the way, at some point I need to watch the new
Jay and Silent Bob reboot. Yeah, I think
it's out. I
where it's free. I think it might be free on Amazon. I'm not sure.
It might be. Amazon, yeah. I just told Ivan while we were on break for a second about how I can't stand Amazon. But anyway, that's fine.
Never mind.
It's okay. At some point I'm going to have to do it anyway because I need to pick up a few things to watch. So there's a company out there that does these pop-ups with different types of places. Like they do like the Saved by the Bell. They do all those different things. So apparently they're going to be doing the food chain from the Kevin Smith universe, which is Moobies. Mm-hmm. They're going to open one. They're going to open one for real in Los Angeles at some point.
Wow. I think it's starting today. I think it was yesterday.
Well, the problem is obviously they can't do it today. Well, I don't know if they're going to do it today or not. But apparently, so there's a Moobies, and that's going to happen. So Smith, this is from Kevin Smith. Now, folks who did Saved by the Max is building the Moobies pop-up, an IRL eatery in Los Angeles that opens later this year, pandemic depending. So
not a smack on the knuckles.
I don't know if they're getting to. Well, the launch date has not been announced. The week of the 19th through the 25th, the menu will be available for the themed eatery to be delivered by Postmates. As revealed by Smith, it will include a messy lasagna sandwich, hater tots, and chocolate-covered pretzels. Those who know the director's movies well will recognize the pretzels from Mallrats and the tots from the recent Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Yep.
The meal will also come with an item autographed by Smith. The proceeds will be from the delivered meals will be donated to No Us Without You, which the director says is donating meals to families impacted by the COVID-19 virus pandemic. So I'm kind of curious when this is actually physically opening. It sounds kind of like they might actually be doing meals. I don't remember what. I know that they do burgers, but I can't remember what Movies really does. So.
It sounds exciting.
Yeah,
I think I would. What
about you, Mike? You all over that? Or?
Yeah, I'm all for hater tots.
Hater tots?
Oh, man, I'll do hater tots, and I'll do
there you go.
a messy lasagna sandwich. Yeah.
So redundant. Lasagna already is kind of like a sandwich.
Yeah, but
it's like a pasta sandwich.
Yeah, it's like a pasta sandwich.
But now you're going to have bread on either end of it.
Right. I mean,
and according to Kevin Smith, there will be a vegan alternative to the lasagna as well.
Vegan lasagna. That's cool. I've had vegan lasagna. It's actually really good. The spinach lasagna, delicious.
Okay.
Got it. All right. What do we got next, Mike?
Speaking of food, I'll jump to this one here. This one courtesy of Scott.
God.
Now, a man spends days eating and drinking inside a restaurant closed due to coronavirus.
Okay.
Connecticut police arrested a man for allegedly breaking into a closed restaurant and spending days eating and drinking thousands of dollars worth of the eatery's food and liquor.
Oh, man.
Luis Angel Oritz was arrested after the manager of Sol de Cuba Cafe in New Haven, Connecticut, noticed him sleeping inside the restaurant with a bottle of rum in his hand.
What a way to get
That'll do it.
Yeah.
The restaurant had been closed due to the ongoing pandemic. After reviewing security footage, investigators discovered Oritz had broken into the restaurant through a side window 4 days earlier.
Oh, God. He's really been high on the hog.
For the next several days, the 41-year-old gorged on the cafe's delicious Cuban dishes and approximately 70 bottles of alcohol.
Oh, my
Wow. 4 days, 70 bottles of alcohol? He's alive?
Yeah, and he's still alive.
Oh my
Officers
God.
learned Oritz helped himself over the course of 4 days to the restaurant's food, liquor, and beer. The New Haven Police Department said in a statement, in addition to eating and drinking at the restaurant, Oritz removed beverages and property from the building. Management estimated the loss in food drink to be several $1,000s.
Wow.
He was arraigned on Wednesday and due back in court on May 27th. He is currently being held in custody at the New Haven Correctional Center on $10,500 bail. Wow.
Wow, what a way to go.
4-day binge in a restaurant. What restaurant are you going to be locked into for 4 days, Ivan?
If I had a choice to be locked in a restaurant for 4 days, it would have to be a Portillo's. Yeah. I would have to be in a Portillo's. At least one with the Italian section in there too, so that way I can have a choice what I want to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Although those chairs are really uncomfortable in there.
Hell, I mean, after eating and drinking all of that, who cares, man? I'll just be like, just stretch out on a table, man.
Oh. Yeah, those tables aren't that sturdy there either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, well, I guess I have to find some way to do it, but I'd do it, boy. Boy, how about you?
Jeff?
How about you, Mike? Jeff?
My smart-ass remark is heavenly bodies, because that's where all the women are. But
no, the restaurant's closed for 4 days, and you get trapped inside with all the food and drink you want.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't.
I know what you meant. That's what. Yeah.
I guess If I'm going to get stuck someplace, I wouldn't mind getting stuck at the Chinese food restaurant.
Okay. One that doesn't sell matzos not for Passover.
Seriously.
That was last week.
That was last week. I actually made it back, by the way. 2 years in a row.
Hey, you did.
Undisputed, baby.
Hey, congratulations.
Swing. Okay, so Chinese restaurant. Any particular Chinese restaurant?
Yeah, I guess the one by that. Well, I guess for everybody else, I'll go generic and say Panda Express.
Okay, I could do the orange chicken at Panda. I could do their fried rice. Yeah. How about you, Mike?
And there's enough, there's because you can switch between the orange chicken and the beef and broccoli.
Yeah, there's a few other things too.
Yeah, there's a few other things you can eat too, to get tired of one or the other. And their crab rangoons are decent.
Yeah, they are.
They're okay.
They're pot stickers.
You get them fresh enough.
Well, good. for shitty Chinese food, I used to call them the shitty wok.
His shitty Chinese.
Like from South Park?
Yeah. Because it's like, sometimes it's like, I don't really... They're not good Chinese, but they're perfect for like when you're like... It's greasy enough where it's like, man, this would be perfect after like
I think I might have to get that tomorrow.
There you go.
Shitty wok?
No, Panda.
Yeah, like I said,
try to get some Panda there. There you go.
Get
some shitty wok.
Yeah.
Get some shitty wok.
Oh, shitty wok. Yes, I should have said that.
From South Park, yeah.
There you go. How about you, Mike?
I guess you're talking Chinese. I'll hold myself up at the local Plum Garden here.
Well, there you go.
They got a good Hong Kong chicken. They got a good...
man. I've been with you
Hong
once.
Kong chicken?
Yeah, you've been Plum Garden. Yeah, they're the
Plum Garden. Dude,
best Chinese around here.
Oh, man, you kidding? Jeff, you got to do your
Because my first thought was a deep dish pizza place, but I get tired of the deep dish after 2 days.
Yeah.
Although I will say, Lou Malnati's was high on the list because they've got all those really good salads and shit.
True that, yeah.
You do. True
that. That was high on the list. I thought about Lou Malnati's.
Yeah, that was my first.
Yeah. Eduardo's was kind of up there too.
I miss Eduardo's. Did they go under?
One around here.
I know we got one in the city still.
Okay.
Do they really? Jeez.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
next story.
Next story.
Mike and I don't get a kick out of this because they're cat people. Cat interrupts meteorologist working from home and wins new job.
What'd the cat do?
The fur cast looks good for the career prospects of a charming feline who's become a newly minted weather cat. Betty is the cat of Jeff Lyons, the chief meteorologist at NBC affiliate 14 News in Indiana. And apparently, Lyons has been filming his weather segments from his home during the corona pandemic virus, and his forecast picked up many new fans after Betty started stealing the show.
Right, there you go.
According to Lyons, I can't tell if Betty is enjoying the whole work from home setup or not. He wrote in an April 9th Facebook post alongside an image of a fluffy cat reclined in his arms as he stood in front of the weather graphic. As you can see, she's a high-strung, nervous wreck. The image went viral, and Lyons subsequently posted a video showing the broadcast along with Betty's behind-the-scenes antics. Betty's fame continues to climb, appearing in later broadcasts giving herself a tongue bath as Lyons is discussing Evansville weather. You can tune in and watch the cat. I realize that could be cold, but it could be going to be cold tonight. The meteorologist also did a live Facebook Q&A with Betty the weather cat. We revealed the long-haired feline became part of the Lyons family when she showed up at their windowsill as a kitten years ago. Now she generally owns the house.
There you go. Yeah.
He also started to use weather graphics made from images from Betty, including the one where her tail appears to hold up an umbrella, and another where her tail points at the forecasted temperature. Lyons told Board Panda that his beloved new pet's newfound stardom really has thrown me for a loop. The outpouring for the silly cat has gone been crazy.
There you go. There you go. Well, good on Betty. Yeah.
It's funny because there's the woman who's doing news on Channel 7 here locally in Chicago. Her dog is constantly sitting behind her.
For Cheryl Scott. Yeah, on Channel 7.
And by the way,
the dog just sits there on that couch in the background.
And he doesn't do much.
No,
He's just kind of hanging out. He doesn't seem to care. He's just kind of there. He's just kind of like, he looks a little depressed too. It's like I'm stuck. A couple times he's had treats. I will give him that. All right. Speaking of treats,
not as charismatic as Betty the Weather Cat, though.
What do we got? What do we got left here?
Here
we go.
This one out of Houston.
Yeah, you want to do that or me?
Oh, you can take care of it.
Okay, so I think we've talked about this before. I feel like we've talked about this before, but that's okay.
Don't think so.
Houston adult ice cream truck brings cocktails, frozen treats straight to you.
We did talk about it before.
Bovine and Barley is serving up margaritas, mules, and pina coladas daily to several local neighborhoods, and delivery is free.
Wow.
Despite corona closures of bars, Boivin and Barley in downtown Houston is bringing patrons frozen cocktails and other drinks straight to their doorstep, an adult ice cream truck.
Wow.
Yes, an adult ice cream truck. Even better, delivery is free. The truck operates from 11 a.m. Really, that's some early drinking, 11 a.m.
Day drinkers.
To 8 p.m. daily. The menu features classic lineups of margaritas, mules, pina coladas, daiquiris, and other mixtures. There's a phone number here if you're local, I guess, in the area that you can do this. I know we've made jokes before about could we have like the alcohol
delivered to your house,
like an alcohol kind of thing with
like an ice cream truck. This is a dream come true for us.
Yes, this has now become manifested as a real thing.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Everything can be cured by booze.
Yeah.
I'm having one right now.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we got a place called Victory Girl that just opened up. Well, it's not open now, but it just opened up in Logan Square where they have boozy milkshakes and boozy ice cream. It's pretty wild. I have yet to try it, but once we're done with all this stuff, I'd like to go ahead and check that out and report back to everybody. Unless, of course, we all go there ourselves and check it out for ourselves. That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe if this is once this hellscape we're living in is over, we can check it out.
Yeah, man, boozy milkshake. Man, that sounds good.
I got one more here for me. Apparently, they got the stimulus right over in Japan. Sex workers in Japan to get financial aid during the crisis.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Japan is trying to give sex workers a leg up during the coronavirus pandemic. The nation is offering financial aid to members of the oldest profession whose job prospects have gone limp amid social distancing. But regulations make it difficult for those in the stigmatized industry to apply without outing themselves, according to a new report. The country's central government launched a massive stimulus package worth about $1 trillion to bolster the country during the impending economic downturn from this virus thing. Initially, sex workers weren't included, sparking a massive pushback from activists and opposition members as the hashtag Night Work is also work went viral on social media.
Uh-huh.
I wonder when this country started ranking people's lives, said one tweet. Do you abandon single mothers who work in their night business and people who need to work for a living? Stop being prejudiced. Stop discriminating based on people's jobs. Stop being misogynistic. While prostitution is illegal in Japan, other types of sex work that stop short of intercourse are permitted.
Okay.
The government relented and allowed the proposed plan to include those working illegally in the sex industry. The drafted guidelines state that sex work agencies and employers can receive subsidies for those who have to care for children at home during school closures. So sex workers are also permitted to apply for a cash handout available for people who have lost income during the outbreak, according to the report.
Wow. Wow.
But many say the government's rules are opaque. It's unclear whether the handout is available only to workers who have lost a certain amount of income or have been entirely dismissed from their jobs, meaning that they have lost agents who connect them to clients. So some workers say they don't list their occupation or salary on their tax returns because of the shame and stigma associated with the industry. Right. One worker who used the pseudonym Mika said she hadn't even told her family what she does for a living. So it's not clear how freelance workers whose income has not been reported to the government can get approved for a stimulus. But I want to apply for it, but it's not clear how to do it. I'm stuck.
Man.
So,
wow.
So Mika works in the delivery health industry, referring to escort services that stop short of intercourse.
Okay. Okay.
So-called fashion health, in which workers provide services like oral in massage parlors, is also legal in the country.
Okay.
I'm worried if I will have a place to live, or I can find a job to get money to live, says Mika, who was living off borrowed money, he told CNN. I worry about my health, of course, but now I worry more about how to survive.
Wow.
So they've declared a state of emergency last week with 10,000 plus cases and over 200 deaths. So, yeah, well, it's happening all over the world, too. According to this article, Big Apple sex workers are also struggling to make ends meet as Johns stay inside, sex workers previously told the Post. So, yeah, it's not struggling times, but hey, man, they're getting their stimulus.
They're getting stimulated, all right.
Yeah, that's right. They're using that stimulus to stimulate something.
Yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm. So, any other stories, or is that it?
That's all I got.
Of course, today we're recording on 420. And I guess today Willie Nelson had celebrated 420 with a star-studded live stream.
Yeah, and he said that, and on that live stream, you could connect to that. You were able to connect to that live stream and actually sit in with Willie Nelson and pull and rip one off with him.
Yes. It's according to ABC 13. The known marijuana enthusiast is celebrating big with a 4-hour and 20-minute long. I see what they did there. A long star-studded live stream dedicated to, quote, celebrating cannabis in an entertaining and educational environment.
Well, all right. Good on you, Mr. Nelson.
Light him if you got him.
Yeah, baby, I wish I did. But, of course, I can't do much of anything, just like a lot of us can't do much of anything, because in Chicago, recreational cannabis is not being sold. If you have a medical card, you are still able to purchase medicinal marijuana.
Right, with the CBD and all that.
Yeah, with all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And speaking of good stuff, where can they find the good stuff there, Mike?
All kinds of good stuff on the internet. That's where we're at, and that's where we're listening. If you're listening, we appreciate it. We're on Instagram and Twitter at SOTRT Podcast. We're on YouTube. Click the bell, subscribe, when to get new content. Of course, the Facebook page has all these crazy stories from the Squares Roundtable Facebook page. Shout out to Scott. You can listen on all our podcasting platforms that we are featured on, i.e. Google and Spotify and Apple and Podbean and Anchor. Drop us an email if you like. If you dig what you're listening to and you dig it, leave us a review. We'd appreciate it. SOTRTpodcast@gmail.com.
Well, boys and girls, it's that time again where we go ahead.
We're going to go ahead.
And we're going to go ahead and catch up with you next time here on the News of the Squared.
Righto. We'll catch you all next week. Stay safe.
Be good, or be good at it. Puff, puff, pass.